you. And let's welcome Cesar Sanchez.
Hello, everybody. My name is Cesar Sanchez. I am the current VP of Finance for ASI. I am also a student through the MBA program here at Fresno State. This is my first semester. I want to open up this speech with a story that was shared to me by persons that are very dear to me. They came to this country when they were young. One of them came when she was 8 years old. As a matter of fact, her entire family came to this country when they were all very young. They lived in a very small home. The size of the home must have been 15 feet by 15 feet. One room where you had the kitchen and everybody slept in the same room. And they fought to feed themselves every day. They worked in the fields. They would bust their hands. They would struggle just to eat, just to have proper clothing. They had to make their own clothes because they couldn't afford it. They defied odds because that little girl grew up and she became a teacher. She became a teacher in the United States of America, and she has contributed 20 years of service. 20 years of service. And if it weren't for the amnesty that took place in the 80s, she would not have been able to contribute the skilled labor that she attained through the American education system. And the same thing is happening again. We have students that come to school. They go from K to 12. They go to the university. They cannot work. And so sometimes they have to skip semesters so that they can save money to go to the next semester. And they take 6-7 years to finish their education. And at the end of their education, as opposed to being happy that they have accomplished a goal that only a third of the population has accomplished in this country, they are afraid. They are scared because they do not know where their future lies. They do not know what is going to happen to them, whether they will have to leave to a country that is foreign to them. They do not know the future of their families because perhaps they aren't eating very well. I know many AB 540 students on this campus struggle to eat daily. They sit amongst you in your classes. They are your student leaders. They are your friends, your girlfriends, your boyfriends, your wives, your husbands. Saying that, I just have a few comments. It amazes me how some people would willingly want to tell another human being you are illegal. It amazes me how these same people would willingly want to stop another human being from educating their minds. And it amazes me how some people would willingly want to separate a family and think nothing of it, and think of it as being politically correct. What would such efforts accomplish in the short run? Perhaps the deportation of human beings across man-made lines in the soil, a few bucks of tax money saved per person, perhaps even a bit of political gratification. Who knows? What else can you think of? What would such efforts accomplish in the long run? Perhaps a less diverse population within the greatest country on earth. A nurturing of bitterness for those that remember their families being torn apart. Perhaps a less educated population. Is this the kind of world that we want to create for ourselves? No. Is this the kind of world that we want to create for ourselves? No. If any of you folks out there have ever had a dream that you have set your mind to and you were able to achieve it, if any of you folks out there that are currently trying to achieve a dream and you are on your path, stand with the DREAM Act. I would like to end this message to the university, and in spite of recent events, possibly the state, the country, or the world, with a quote from a very wise man named Martin Luther King. Let this quote follow you home and stay with you for as long as you live. Don't forget that everything Hitler did in Germany was legal. Pass the DREAM Act now.
Check it out, going out on a late night, looking tight, feeling nice, it's a cockfight. I can tell, I just know that it's going down tonight.